guys, Crew of Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane. I'm Calvin.
Aaron. Fullmetal Alchemist.
Pointing at me confused me.
We were watching Fullmetal Alchemist last time.
Is it my turn?
Fullmetal Alchemist was...
Death.
The arm.
Old lady's house was drinking buddy with her dad, and there's a hot chick there. She's like, want a new arm? She's like, yeah. And they got a new arm, and she stayed up for 3 days straight to do it.
But forgot like a bolt or something in the arm, so like he's gonna be like, and he's gonna fall off.
That might happen. That might happen like that. Also, Armstrong was there, very emotional man, very sexy man.
And he was so sad. It's like, you lost your mom and you guys did it.
I know. And then there was like a doctor using medical alchemy, and he has a stone that's liquefied.
It was they're trying to build the Philosopher's Stone, I believe.
Yeah, he says it's a incomplete. Yeah, and there's also Scar out there. And he is Aaron. What is he called again?
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, but what's the race of people that were killed off?
The Ishval.
Ishvalan. Ishval is the god they worshipped.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. Well, let's start.
I smell him. I can smell him. The scar face just fallen. He's close. I can taste his stink. Like blood. I still get to eat him right.
Oh yes, down to the last strand of hair.
Ugh.
Hidden truths. Let's think about eating hair.
You think about it a lot? Oh. Dude, his arm just left.
Yeah.
I've got a ladder to climb, and this is how it's done. I need every mark in my favor that I can get. At least until I've assumed the office of Führer, that is.
You may not want to display your ambitions quite so nakedly, sir.
Maverick has high
I'll be sure to remember
aspirations.
that in it.
There's no mistaking it. This was definitely Scar's jacket.
Have you found the body?
Not yet, but we're still searching.
I want his body found. Don't take so much as a coffee break until that's done. Do you understand?
Come on, Colonel, can't you cut us some slack? At this rate, you're gonna work us all to death.
Shut up! I don't get to relax until I've seen his body. And that means you don't get to either.
Looks like you got away.
I didn't get my snack.
Yes, I know. Maybe next time. I need to report to Father about everything that's happened here.
Father?
There's nothing left here but ashes. Everything's gone. Why are you wearing a suit of armor?
It's a hobby.
A hobby? What kind of freaky hobby is that, Lieutenant? Who are these boys anyway?
So, what do you say, Al? It's a lovely view, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Why is that armor sweating?
Yeah.
Condensation. Yeah.
If I don't find another job, I'll never be able to move my poor elderly mother into a better hospital. But I'm hopeless. The only thing I can do well is read. I'll never find another job as long as I live. I'm useless, good for nothing, more pathetic than Hanscom.
Excuse me. There was one thing we wanted to ask you.
Yes?
Do you remember seeing any research belonging to someone named Tim Marco?
There were some handwritten notes stuffed into a bookcase where they didn't belong.
The notes really were there after all. Which means they burned up along with everything else in the library.
Did you want to read them? Is that why you're asking?
Yeah, but it's too late now.
I remember everything that was in them. Would that help at all? It's just how I am. I'm able to remember the content of any book I've ever read. It'll take a while, but I could write them out for you.
Thank you,
Tell ability.
Yeah.
You're
Eidetic memory.
written by Tim Marco. 1,000 easy recipes.
6 cups of rice, 1 carrot, 2 onions, salt. Oh, great. Does this mean we came all this way for a cookbook?
Miss, which part of this made you think it was an important document?
Is it not what you're looking for? All I did was copy down what I remember.
Wonderful. So this was just a wild goose chase?
One of the recipes.
Are you absolutely sure this is a flawless reproduction of the notes?
Oh, yes, I'm 100% certain.
Then thank you very much. You're incredible. Here, this is my registration number and the pocket watch for ID. Withdraw that amount from my annual research grants and make sure Sheska gets it, okay?
Right. I'll get on that right away, sir. From his research grants, huh?
Did he miss a decimal point somewhere?
Oh, how does a boy like that have this kind of money to throw around?
And they don't have anything.
Well, no, they're like a gangster.
He did, didn't he?
Alchemic research is always encrypted. These are designed to look like recipes to the average person. but they're actually advanced alchemical notes. Only the alchemist who originally wrote them can understand.
If they're so heavily encrypted, then how are you going to be able to decipher them?
It's not going to be easy. Do we have copies available of Flamel's Codex or Lamb Springs concerning
Nicholas
the Philosopher's
Flamel?
Stone?
Of course. Have you had any luck deciphering it so far? Have you found another job yet?
Major Armstrong told me you two were here. What gives, Ed? I told you to give me a shout the next time you made it to Central.
They talk to Colonel Hughes like he's an old friend.
Just how high up are these boys?
We've had a lot of cases to deal with lately, and we're still working on getting the Tucker Chimera situation settled. Tucker Chimera. Sorry, I guess that brings up some unpleasant memories, huh? Anyway, as if things weren't bad enough for us already, the first branch had to burn down in the middle of all this.
I think I've got exactly the person you guys are looking for.
Well, I have read the military's criminal case records, and I do remember them all.
That's all I needed to hear, lady. You're hired. My office pays well, so don't worry.
Oh, you're saying you want me? Oh, thanks so much. I'll have faith just like you told me to. Thank you.
That's creepy.
Well, it's something I always think whenever I see a certain someone I know.
In that case, a certain someone should hurry and get back to work, or you're gonna have to come up with a new motivational phrase.
What's going on? What was that?
Frustration.
Don't get angry because you can't crack it. Throwing things won't help.
We did crack it.
Huh?
We cracked the code and decrypted the notes.
Really? You did? But that's a good thing, isn't it?
There's nothing good about this, damn it! This is the devil's research. It should have been destroyed. Dr. Marco was right. It's evil.
What's so evil about it?
The main ingredient for a philosopher's stone is human life. In order to manufacture even a single stone, you have to make multiple human sacrifices.
How could the military authorize research into something so horrible?
Just pretend you never heard any of it.
Should have told him.
Yeah.
It disturbs me too, just thinking about it. I bet I'd act the same way.
What was that?
Oh, it was nothing, sir.
Most suspicious!
You know, Al, there's something I've been wanting to tell you for a while. But I guess I've been too afraid to say it.
What?
Elvis Brothers, I know you're in there! Open up! This is the Major!
What do we do?
We ignore him, that's what.
I know what it said, Edward Elric! How tragic! To think the legend of the Philosopher's Stone is built on such a terrible secret!
We're really sorry.
It's hard to stay quiet when someone like him asks you.
Often the truth is more cruel than we bargained for.
The truth.
What is it, brother?
Do you remember what Dr. Marco said at the station?
The truth is hidden inside the truth.
Maybe you'll find the truth hidden within the truth.
Here, what's this building used for?
It was designed for the 5th laboratory, but it isn't currently in use. The building isn't structurally sound, so it's been classified off limits.
It's there.
Huh? How can you be so sure that's it?
There's a prison right next door.
Okay, so...
Oh,
What
shit.
was the main ingredient for a philosopher's stone?
You said it needed live humans. Ew.
Prisoners.
There'd be plenty of condemned criminals in the prison. Officially, they'd be recorded as executed.
But they could also be
They're using the prisoners to make the
sacrificed.
stone.
Officers, speak of this to no one.
Sir.
And you, Elric Brothers, behave yourselves. I know you two boys. You were thinking about sneaking into this building and taking a look around, weren't you? Admit it!
We weren't, we promised!
She's nodding.
Sure, you need to wait here.
You're fine on your own?
Just take them with you piece by
Whether I'm
piece.
fine on my own or not isn't
Roll the helmet
issue.
down
You're
first.
too big to get through here.
It's not like I asked to get this big.
It looks as if we've got guests.
Some daredevil idiots came to visit, did they?
Devils! Devil!
It's
There's
even
still more red
tinier
eyes
than
up here
I
in the
thought.
distance.
I couldn't get through this far if I was regular sized. Lucky I've got a small body.
Oh no! I just got myself a tiny little pipsqueak!
Not currently in use. Who are they trying to fool? This is it, all right.
It's taking a long time.
Cleaver.
Well, that's not gonna do anything. Shit.
Damn it!
Shit.
When did that happen? What happened? I thought we had plenty of time left.
Nah, it's over.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we gonna talk about?
I mean, I guess I was thinking about the stone.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're executing a condemned criminal who was condemned to death for a heinous crime, he's going to die anyways. What's the difference? Even though I don't know the method of which they're sacrificed.
Well,
I'm sure it's not just a painless death.
There's that,
maybe,
but also
maybe it shouldn't matter.
But also, if there is any kind of afterlife in this world, are you denying them that because you've used their?
I mean, is their
life?
soul stuck in there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, Al's
I would
soul is
say,
in his armor, so we know there's such a thing as a soul.
Well, yeah.
We don't know. I mean, there could be something
It
there.
said to make the stone, you had to. It needed life. It didn't say it needed a soul.
Yeah.
It said it needed life. But what dictates life? I guess. Like they created that thing that was their mother, but that wasn't their mother, right?
Yeah.
But was it alive?
I think that
you know what
I
mean?
believed it was kind of the decomposing, kind of like barely put together parts of her mother.
I like to hope that it was just a husk of a body that the soul didn't go into.
Yeah.
But it would be terrible if the soul did go into it.
That's
and
what
then
I
just
think.
died again.
That's how I took it.
But like my thing with it was like, what was like if there was no soul, like could it have just been a husk? Sacrifice that thing, do the stone.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think the government is, I mean, I don't think those guys are the government. The crazy looking devil people.
I think they're.
That's just like a Scooby Doo. Like they're trying to scare him
scare 'em
away.
away.
I don't know.
Where are you?
Because when they first started talking about like
66,
did the government do this? I was wondering if I wonder if this has anything to do with like the Ishvalan massacres or anything. They were using all those deaths. Were they trying to do shit then too? But
I don't think
not.
so. I don't think that was related.
Yeah.
I don't think like killing people in a war wouldn't be constituted the same as a sacrifice.
Well, maybe they were taking war prisoners. And
Yeah.
sacrificing them.
That could have been, but they were just killing everybody. So I mean,
Yeah.
they were just overkilling to get.
Well,
the
I
one
just
they
like
needed
with
to
the
kill.
opportunity of so
Whereas-
much death, could they have done the same thing where they're doing here? The opportunity of death of a convicted felon or convicted prisoner. I
I
don't
see
know.
what you mean. I'll say no as of right now. I
Sure.
think it had other reasons for it, and I don't know. We haven't actually seen a philosopher's stone that
Yeah.
exists, so it has to be whatever he has plus the life, and then some other twist to it to be able to make an actual stone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that it doesn't actually exist. And they're trying to create the first one, really.
Okay.
That's what I think.
What do you think the Edward was gonna say to Al before he got interrupted?
I love you. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I should let you die. Something like that.
He's like, I got something to tell you. It almost sounded like I don't know. I
don't think it was that.
I didn't get any clues from the episode or anything. So it has to be something that he's been holding on to for a long time, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he promised his soul to that one little shadow creature thing to get his brother's soul back or something like that.
We only have 2 more years left before my soul's gone.
Yeah.
Made a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
And in the we could talk about it last time, but this time in the flashback thing, like before, he's like stretching after he gets his new arm and stuff. There's no muscles in his arm and leg, right? What's that do?
Maybe it just like straightens everything out every once in a while. Gets kind of like clogged up.
Like
Maybe
as
he's all- maybe
like,
he
as
has
soon
all
as you
these
put him
fake-
on, he had his leg like that would stretch like your muscle here, right?
Yeah.
Like what's that doing? Putting it up against the wall like that?
Maybe he has to stretch because he has all these phantom pains.
Maybe that could be.
Or it just helps the WD-40 kind of like get in there in the
Yeah.
joints and stuff.
Yeah.
Lust referred to a father. I don't know if that necessarily means like her actual father or maybe
They
the
could have
leader
meant,
of these
like,
sins.
Yeah. Well, he was also, if it like Envy was portraying as like Father Cornelius or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
So maybe it
He's
was
like,
that,
he was
going for that.
but it could maybe it is her father. Maybe
Something they need to report back or something like that.
maybe like,
Yeah.
her and Gluttony and Envy are all siblings to something. Or
That'd be
they're-
creepy.
Yeah.
brother. Can I eat it? And the hair?
Yeah.
Can I eat it? Can I eat it all?
And I liked, in my mind, that whole explosion thing happened, and Michael Phelps swam away down that river.
Yeah.
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 That's what I kept thinking. I
do you
was like,
think
He's an Olympic swimmer.
Michael Phelps just swam away.
Took Eric a
We'll
second.
we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I did. I thought you were okay. I get you. Man, I would love to have a memory like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an eidetic memory. You
Is that
don't
only,
forget anything.
Is that only if you read?
You never forget anything you
No.
studied in school.
Like for her, is it only if she reads the books? Like if she just meets somebody, does she always remember their name and who they are and everything? Like if they talk to her?
I don't know if it's necessarily what about her, but I what's it say? What's it called?
Eidetic memory.
Yeah, that is whenever if I remember it correctly. You can like remember.
You don't have eidetic memory, so you don't know.
Yeah, I know, but you can remember like if someone said, "Where were you on December 1st
at 2:31
in 1997?" And they can say, "Oh, I was with this guy. We did this," and then, like they can remember everything.
And they can remember every word by word of the conversation that they had.
There was some famous actress that had one of those. I can't remember who it was though.
I can't remember. Yeah, but she could read the script once and then
and she's fine.
do the entire part. Yeah,
it was crazy.
I just wondered if hers was just like straight, like if she reads it, she remembers it. But like if a teacher's teaching her something, like she might forget. You know what I mean?
It depends if there's like
I know some people
reading material.
I know some people that like they learn better if they're reading or if they're hands on or that kind of stuff. Like maybe if I read it, I'm good.
How do you learn?
Like I'm gonna say like reading something and then being told something and then you actually writing something down. Like I usually do pretty good when I'm writing something down.
I just know stuff.
Well, it's engaging multiple parts of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So Mustang here wants to get a fever.
Yeah,
he needs more cowbell.
That's the only prescription. What's going on? Like, is he bad then? Is he going after?
Anybody
he said he wants to be Führer. He wants to.
Is that good or bad? Like, I know we always count like the Führer. That's bad, right?
Yeah.
Because Hitler and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, it just means leader.
Yeah, the guy we have now might not be necessarily bad. He seems all right.
Yeah.
But this guy wants to take over, or is he just like he aspires to be the leader one day?
I think he aspires to be. Like he said, he has a ladder to climb.
Yeah, I never felt he was bad.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
He didn't present it in such a way like I'm gonna fuck over the Führer and I'm gonna get the position.
He's called the Flame Alchemist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he had that one shot when he just like detonated this huge blast, killing all the Ishvalan or whatever.
He's like Sparky Boom Man.
So there could be some room in there where we're just learning more about his ambition.
That's what he's doing here.
Yeah,
that is. I always wondered why he was like that. Now I know.
Power's useless in the rain, though.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like, we want to go to some tropical climate with like a monsoon, so he's gonna be fucked.
Do you think that girl would make a good alchemy seems to be about
knowing
knowledge, about knowing things, about being able to retain information, draw certain glyphs, and then knowing like these things. I wonder if she'd make a good alchemist. Because like one of the reasons Doctor Strange from Marvel is so good at magic is that he knows how to study.
He taught himself how to learn. Yeah.
And then he spent all that time like in that sleepy
in the astral plane while he was sleeping.
Yeah, doing that thing. Just I'm resting, but I'm still learning too.
But like one of the reasons that he was like, he was so good is because he spent like 10 years becoming a doctor.
He was like a genius doctor.
Yeah. So I always thought that was interesting. I wonder if the same thing could apply to somebody with a memory like that. Because it seems to me it's not, Armstrong's probably different, but even he has the glyphs on his gauntlets and stuff like that. I wonder where the line is between like skill and being a good fighter and using alchemy.
Yeah, like skill, memory, and intelligence.
Yeah.
Because like having a memory doesn't necessarily mean you have the intelligence to use it. And stuff, right?
Yeah. But is there like a matter of like retention that also helps?
Yeah.
So
that's why wisdom and intelligence are separate stats on your character sheet.
Yeah. It still kind of gets me. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the stark contrast between the terribly dark stuff that we'll see and then just the complete silly anime style.
Yeah.
It still gets me sometimes a little bit.
In a bad way?
I won't say in a good way or a bad way. I just like it
stands out.
It pulls me out a little bit. I'm always like, oh yeah, they do that stuff,
Yeah.
So it's like a conflict. Maybe it's like a contrasting tone that gives this thing an identity to itself. I don't know. But what are the blue wispy things that always show up?
The sad. That's sad.
Is that sadness?
They're sad.
They're sad. Yeah, the same way like whenever
Armstrong shows up.
Yeah, and there's little purple, pink little sparkly things or whatever, the gold sparklies.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed them in this one like 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know I noticed
a lot of
last
sad
time.
people.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, it was Alphonse when she asked him, "Have you gotten anywhere with the notes?" No. Have you gotten a job? No.
Yeah.
So, not everybody knows their story either.
No.
No.
Well, they're
Which
they're
is
specifically keeping it a secret because it's
Like
taboo thing.
They just think some little kid is inside that suit.
Yeah. That's why they like change the subject right away.
It's a hobby.
What kind of hobby?
Yeah. Do his eyes glow? Because it looks like in the when it's out like in the daylight they're glowing, but whenever they're taking a part of shadow, they're
darker.
Like they're not a source of light. But what would they be?
Eyes.
They're not. It's empty.
I don't know.
Maybe they glow when light hits them.
I suppose so.
Maybe the light is shining off the back of the helmet
Like
and back in.
Yeah.
And back out.
I don't know.
I think it's a visual.
It's a visual thing.
Yeah.
I think
like
it's one of those...
when a buff guy when he freaking his eyes are glowing red.
Dude, I love Armstrong.
I love Armstrong.
Oh, he's
yeah.
He's a fun character.
I mean, they just keep doing that shit all the time. I just love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, me too.
In his situation, I always love it.
Yeah.
Like that very cartoonish type thing.
Yeah. It's always funny. Okay, I don't have anything else. You got anything else?
I don't think that's unique to this show, obviously, because it's an anime thing.
You mean the silliness?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
No.
I know.
He just
cross culturally,
Yeah.
just makes you rethink what you think is acceptable about film.
True.
He's just
Yeah,
comparing
I mean-
like the very dark to like the very silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that kind of silly stuff in like Digimon and Pokemon fits better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
than,
but like I was saying, like
having a child merge with an animal.
like
you
in
know?
Rurouni Kenshin, like I see in a lot of serious stuff.
Like I
in
can't
anime.
I can't help but notice and constantly look of whenever Al is drawing just outline and it's just like two eyes and like a mouth. I'm not saying it bothers me. It just always like I'm always focused on it. I'm always thinking about that's how they're drawing it in this scene. You know.
Well, I am too because they'll look different every time.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, oh, like sometimes I barely recognize them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's interesting.
There's like it's a matter of how much detail at that moment. Like sometimes it's like you said, circle, face.
Yeah.
Not a lot of detail. And other times like there's a little bit more or they're normal.
But I will say, I mean, I personally don't watch a whole lot of anime, so that could just be me just getting used to. The anime I do watch doesn't really do that much stuff, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot. I haven't seen a lot of anime, but I've seen a lot of different kinds of anime, and I don't know. I'm just kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Because that's a fairly common theme with a lot of, especially like Japanese drawn anime. I read that a lot.
I don't remember that like in Sword Art Online.
Not on Sword Art Online, but
there's some like I remember them not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to anime conventions where you see clips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure people didn't know, or people knew that I wasn't like...
You're not racist.
I'm not attacking
Japanese.
it. Well, I'm not attacking it. I don't think it's like bad. I just want to make sure that I am pointing out that I don't like know it very much, you know? Yeah, I'm not used to it. So I might be more sensitive to seeing that kind of stuff like flash on the screen than others, maybe. I don't know. You guys got anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, that was Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you would like to see more, you can subscribe. We do this every week, every Sunday, I believe.
More.
You can watch more right now at patreon.com/blindawave, where the next episode is up right now.